y'all, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm giving you a recap of Power Book 2 Ghost Season 2 Episode 9, A Fair Fight with the question mark. So the synopsis for this episode reads, Tariq's fate lies in the hands of Tate. Monet's choices feel out of her control. She must rely on Mecca to help salvage the pieces of her family. Mecca plays his hand to put Monet right where he wants her. So the recurring theme of the show is that the classroom scenes from Tariq's college, the theme that they talk about, you know, during class is like the theme of the whole episode. So you see Tate writing on the chalkboard and it's like saying a fair fight, and it's like the ghost of Christmas past or something. All these people that have met their demise in power, you know, due to some of, you know, Tariq's interventions, or, you know, they tied to Tariq. They met their demise. You know, Tariq had a hand in that. They start appearing in the classroom. We see Ray Ray, Raina, his twin Raina made an appearance. Oh my goodness. Keisha, and my man's Proctor popped out too, because you know Tariq had a hand in Proctor's demise too, in his murder, because he left that door open for Tommy to come in and you know, off Proctor. And Proctor was like, have you checked on my girl? I said, oh my goodness, Tariq ain't even checked on the man's daughter. Child, it's just a mess. I mean, I hadn't even realized that Tariq was linked to so many murders. This little menace. And when you come to think about it, each one of those people, the way that they died, the way that they passed away, it was not fair at all. And Tariq, he played an intricate part. Even if he didn't pull the trigger, he was, you know, one of the main reasons why each of those characters died. And I'm just counting the bodies. I'm like, God dang, how he even sleep at night? He be sleeping peacefully too, to be connected to so many murders. And while he's, you know, seeing all of these people, then he sees Professor Milgram and he's confused, because he's like, Professor Milgram wasn't killed. She committed. No, she ain't committed. It was made to look like, but it wasn't. And when you come to think about it, Tariq kind of played a part in her getting killed too. And then Professor Milgram, she holding the phone, and you see the phone going off and it says ghost. It's his father calling. And I'm like, oh my God, is he gonna pick up the phone? My heart was racing, like, and you know, he didn't end up picking up the phone. But if he would have picked up the phone and I would have heard ghost voice on the other end, I probably would have passed out. I know I would have at least screamed, because it's like, oh my God, because you know, we holding out, we got our fingers crossed that ghost didn't really die. But anyway, Tariq is freaked out in the classroom. He about to try to run up out of there. And then we see Lauren. I was confused when I saw Lauren, because I was like, Lauren isn't dead. All these other people are dead, and we can all admit that Tariq had a hand in that. But Lauren isn't dead. You know, what's going on with this? But it turned out to maybe be a premonition. Who knows? I guess we'll find out. I'm starting to think that Tariq is psycho. I mean, not psycho, psychic. We all know that, yes, part of Tariq's fate lies in the hands of Tate, because Tate is slated to take the witness stand and, you know, give an account on Tariq. So we wondering, like, what is Tate gonna say? And we all know that Tate needs something from Tariq. So Tate is up in the bathroom at the courthouse, waiting in the stall, waiting for Tariq and everything, so that, you know, he can see if Tariq gonna get him that photo that he's looking for. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, you scratch my back, I'm supposed to scratch yours, you know? And Tariq finally hands it over, which I think a lot of us, we already figured that he was going to hand it over, regardless of the implications that it was going to, you know, whether or not it was going to hurt Braden's family. Tariq is always going to look out for himself. Boy, Tate did what Tate does. He got up on that stand, and you know, the politician that he is, he got up there with those nice words and his stellar account. Then he threw his brother under the bus, backed up, rolled back over him, telling everybody that his brother let it slip, that there was an eyewitness account, that there was not just one person at the scene of the crime when the professor was killed, but somebody actually saw two. And so the prosecution may be withholding evidence from the defense. After that, that's just like, that rocks the whole courtroom. So then the attorneys meet in chambers, and there's a whole big discussion. And so now prosecution has to see what's going on, you know, what's up with this witness. They got about 24 or 48 hours to figure it all out, and you know, they have to prove that they're not withholding evidence and, you know, follow up on these accusations. So Jenny Sullivan, she has a hard on for Tariq. She's gonna try to make him go down, you know, but she's gonna follow up. She's gonna make sure that she's gonna try to make him go away for life. She has a vendetta. She goes and she meets with Braden and Braden's family, because of course we know that Braden was caught on the wire that Lauren was wearing or whatever. So she's following up on that, trying to see what he knows and get him to be a witness and implicate Kane, because Kane was also on the wire. Braden, he trying to be a G. He trying to, you know, make sure that he stick to the street code and don't snitch. His brother Trace, though, you know, that little entitled little prick, he think everything is a game. He's like, oh yeah, we know who Kane is. Yeah, he had us up on the street selling drugs. He was doing all this, da 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 da. I mean, did not know how to shut up. And then come to find out, they got pictures of Trace and Braden with Kane's license plate, so they can, you know, corroborate Trace's story and everything. So Jenny telling Braden like, oh, you're cooked, you need to get on the stand, you're going down for this, like you're gonna need to have to testify. So then it comes down to, you know, they come to the conclusion that, you know, if Braden doesn't testify, then Trace definitely, he don't have no problem with singing like a canary. That's going to be a problem. But of course, that's not the only problem that we have. Lorenzo is pissed because he doesn't have any product, because of course we know in the last episode they robbed the Connect. Mecca don't got the drugs no more. Tariq and all of them, they took it. Lorenzo wasn't in on the plot. He don't know what the hell going on. He's calling Kane about the product. Kane is trapped up in the penthouse. Mecca's like, oh, you ain't going nowhere, you staying right here. Like, huh, what you thought this is though? You staying right here. You got a promotion, you're my second in command, this is where you live now, you ain't going back home to your family. Which I believe that was Mecca's plan all along. I always thought he was going to end up trying to kidnap Kane or something. Diana and Drew end up admitting to Lorenzo that they took the product and everything, and Lorenzo's telling Drew like, okay, well, you know, you're my successor, you're gonna have to get it back, get my drugs back, I need my drugs on the street. Then Drew and Diana, they're devising this plot to steal the drugs back from Tariq after Drew stole the drugs with Tariq, because we know Diana wasn't in on the plot. So now Drew got to steal the drugs back. Diana goes to visit Tariq up in college, and you know, she's giving him this sob story about, you know, how she's having family drama and this big secret that Monet said. There was a big bomb that was dropped or whatever. She's telling Tariq all about it. He's like, oh no. So he's trying to console her, while at the same time he's like, Lord, you gotta hurry up and get up out of here, cause I gotta prepare for my trial and stuff. And so she distracts him. She's like, oh, can you go get me some water? He goes get her some water. She unlocks this boy's phone, because you know they got to use his phone in order to get the drugs. And then Drew has his part, because he got to go and, you know, swindle Ev in order to get his key card so they can go and do that. Mission accomplished. They work together. They pulled the little heist off. It's all good in the hood. Drew and Lorenzo, they out, you know, slinging that dope, you know, collecting the cash and stuff. A real father-son bonding experience. In the meantime, you know, Monet has been banished from the palace. You know, Lorenzo told her to leave. So she been you know, shacked up with Mecca and stuff, because she's just, you know, gone to the wind. I feel sorry for her, you know, she lost her family. She's just stressed. She don't know what to do. She's talking to Mecca about it and everything, which, you know, Dante, I need to say Dante when I'm talking about it. She don't know that he's Mecca. She's talking to Dante about the situation, you know, how Zeke hates her. He don't want to talk to her. And Dante like, don't worry about it. You know, I'm gonna meet with him. I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna make sure that, you know, he talks to you. I'm gonna smooth everything. I'm gonna work it all out. You know, he can work it all out. In the meantime, in between time, Kane's talking to her about Mecca, and he's telling her that, you know, Mecca got me trapped up in here. I can't leave or whatever, because Mecca, he goes to his room and he noticed that, you know, not only is his drugs gone, but his bag is missing. So he goes to Kane and he finally tells Kane like, look, I let the drug thing slide, but you took my bag. Where my bag at or whatever. So Kane trying to act stupid like, I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't steal from you, da 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 da. Like, nah, bro, I need you to find my bag. He got a dang tracking device in the bag. So he's tracking the bag. He about to go get the bag. So Kane's on the phone telling Monet, like, yeah, he's tracking the bag. He probably gonna go kill Tyreek, and then he gonna kill me too. So Monet, you know, she's a thinker. Monet always got her face scrunched up because she's always thinking, because, you know, things just don't be right, you know what I'm saying? But she be figuring stuff out. She's smart. So she like, alright, he got you trapped up in the penthouse and everything, but he left you with your phone. Like, make it make sense. That don't make sense. So she asked him to send her a picture of Mecca. Kane done reached out to Tyreek, let him know Mecca on the way. He tracking the bag. Tyreek is like, oh my gosh, what's in the bag? Like, yeah, they done grabbed the bag, don't even know what's in it. They ain't checked the bag. He opens it up. He sees legal documentation. Federal government versus Dante Spears. He's like, Dante Spears? That name sounds familiar, because, you know, he putting two and two together, like, you know, Diana, she done told me about a Dante Spears. What the hell is going on? He see passports with the Tejadas and shit. He's like, what girl going on? So he uses his resources. Tyreek is very resourceful. I will give him that. He calls Davis and he's asking him to do a background check on this Dante Spears. And he's like, oh, whoa. You know, I don't want to know too much information. Like, don't tell me too much, you know what I'm saying? But I'll let you know what I done learned. You know, this is what Davis is telling Tyreek. He's like, yo, this is the biggest snitch in global history. And he's like, he done brought down many and plenty drug cartels. So he's telling Tyreek, he's spilling all the tea to Tyreek, and Tyreek's like, what the hell? Who the hell? You know, that's the look that he's giving. And that's like the big bombshell of everything, because, you know, beforehand we thinking that, you know, Mecca, aka Dante Spears, is like this big drug kingpin, and then we is learning that this man is a snitch. He's like a spy. He's been working with, you know, all these different drug cartels and stuff. So once they revealed that, I already made it up in my mind. I said, oh, he gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Because snitches get stitches around here. There ain't no happy endings in power. We already know that. And we already know snitches do not live. So yeah, Mecca, it's only a matter of time. I'm predicting that in the next episode, Mecca will be gone from this earth. So also, Tyreek is actually feeling very bad about this whole Lauren situation. You know, how she got wrapped up into everything and how she got tricked into using a wire. She was just trying to protect herself, and he knows that both Braden and Kane are implicated in that wire, and he does not want Kane to come up and, you know, tie up the loose ends. So he's like, we got to get her, you know, up out of here. So he's telling Effie, you know, what's going on. He's telling her, you know, about this whole situation. Effie's like, oh, so she a snitch, you know what I'm saying? And before this, I was just thinking that, you know, Effie was one of those ones that she could just sleep with Tyreek and not like really catch no feelings or whatever. You know, she's a tough girl. She sling that dope. She just like any other dude. You know, a little bisexual woman, you know. She ain't really tied down. But then when I seen her face, I said, oh, she really got feelings for Tyreek. You know what I'm saying? So she jealous of Lauren. And now she like, this chick is a snitch too. Like, we need to off her. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, Tyreek ends up trying to contact Braden and letting him know what's going on with Lauren, and that he needs to, you know, try to get her to safety. He done got up some money for her. He done told Lauren, like, Braden coming to get you, you know, go off with him. But what he don't know is Effie's working against him. Effie done contacted Kane, because she's like, oh, Tyreek, he too soft. He letting his heart get into the middle of it. No, we can't have that. She tells Kane what's up, and of course Kane is like, oh hell no, we got to kill this trick. So Kane, he goes to Braden and he's like, all right, white boy, now it's time for you to get your hands dirty. Like, everything been cool, everything been real fun for you. Now here's the gritty part. You got to take out Lauren. It has to be you. I gave you a piece. Now it's time for you to use it. So now Braden's caught in between a hard spot. You have Tyreek over here who wants him to help Lauren get away, you know, and, you know, have her life just go on with a happy ending. And then you have Kane on the other side where he's like, nah, kill the chick. She has to die, because she gonna send us to jail. And then we also have to keep in mind that Braden did not tell Tyreek that Jenny Sullivan came and met with him and his family. If him and Tyreek are supposed to be partners and friends and roommates, that's something that he should have let him know, right? Braden just stressed out. Braden goes and picks up Lauren, and you know, on the car ride, I'm just like, what he gonna do? You know, because he got the piece on him and stuff, and he done turned off, you know, on the back street. Lauren like, huh, what the hell? Like, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? He done got her to get out the car, pointing the gun at her. She like, please, 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 pleading for her life and everything. He's like, you know, just run away, there's a bus stop or whatever. She's like, oh, thank you. You know, she thinks she's about to go away. Then we see this black car pull up like, I was like, who is this? I'm thinking that it's Kane. I said, oh, Kane about to be like, pow, 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 pow. You know what I'm saying? But no, who pops up? Effie. Effie ain't even say nothing. Not a word. She pop out that joint. She goes up to Lauren. Lauren pleading her case. Da 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 da. Effie knock her out cold. Pop. What up? Drags her into the car and leaves. And so I'm like, what happens? Next thing we know, you know, Effie goes back to Tyreek's dorm, you know, gets into bed with him, and she's looking like all frazzled and stressed out, and it looked like, you know, she might have put Lauren under, but you know, we ain't see nothing, so we don't know. But it looked like Effie might have sent Lauren to her maker, and Tyreek is just oblivious. He, you know, he sleep. He practically snoring. He's sleeping good. But I'm wondering what's gonna happen once Tyreek finds out that if Effie did kill Lauren. What's gonna happen once Tyreek finds out that Effie killed Lauren? My prediction is, if Effie did kill Lauren and Tyreek finds out about it, Tyreek's gonna kill Effie, and Effie's gonna have earned her death. But anywho, while all that's going on, Zeke still got his hoop dreams and everything. You know, regardless of everything that's going on, you know, he meets with Mecca, and you know, Mecca's like, I can still help you get into the NBA. You can take a break from school. I'll get you to meet with a private coach, and I'll put all this money into you and everything. You ain't gotta worry about nothing. And he's like, the only thing I want you to do is meet with Monet. I want you to talk to Monet. Zeke agrees to that or whatever, because you know, he really wants to go to the NBA versus trying to make his, you know, family situation all right. But he says okay. He meets with Monet and everything, and they talk and stuff. And one point in particular, I was like, wow. Zeke asked Monet if she had anything to do with Professor Carey's death. Monet sat there with a straight face, lied to that man, and said, I came straight here to Dante's house right after Lorenzo kicked me out. And Dante, like, he moved a little bit, like, because when he saw that she lied, I'm pretty sure he thought to himself, like, damn, Monet really did kill this professor lady. What the hell? Like, maybe he didn't think that she was capable of such a thing. And she straight lied to Zeke's face. Well, we know that ain't the first time she done lied to his face. She straight lied to his face and said, yes, I did. You know, after she done told him, you know, the history of why she gave him up and all that other stuff, blah, 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 blah. Lied straight to that boy's face. So yeah, Dante, he puts in the money seemingly to try to help Zeke with his career. Zeke ends up doing a press conference with his agent and stuff, and you know, they're all excited to announce that, you know, he's gonna take time off from school and everything. Everybody's phones start going off. They like, what in the world? News drops that he was lying about his age, and he's actually older than what he thought he was, and he done broke NCAA regulations. We like, what? So then Zeke meets up with Monet and Dante, and they talking about it on the basketball court. A shootout breaks out. We like, who in the world is shooting? We see it's black people in the vehicle shooting. And so Monet is looking at Dante like, what the hell you mixed up in? He looking at her like, what you mixed up in? I mean, you the one that's married to a whole drug dealer. Like, what the world? So she's like thinking like, maybe, you know, it is Lorenzo that got something to do with it. But while Mecca goes and tracks his bag, you know, he ends up at Tyreek's spot. He's trying to intimidate the little boy with a gun and everything, which he really underestimated Tyreek. He didn't do his homework enough. So, you know, he jacks up Tyreek and stuff, talking to him about, you know, everything. So Tyreek is like, you know, I know who you are. He starts spitting the facts and everything. Like, you like the biggest snitch that was ever snitching. That just sets Dante off, and you know, Dante starts dropping names like, I know your uncle and your dad, and he linked to Lobos and stuff, and we're like, what the hell this man is up to and stuff. So like Tyreek is like, yo, I'm about to try to, you know, I'm about to use this as my advantage, because you know, Tyreek, he always trying to get something from somebody and get somebody to do something for him. So he's like, you know, I can expose you as being a snitch, or you could, you know, wire me $2 million, because you know he gotta pay Davis. Dante ends up agreeing and everything. Dante think that he's the smart person in the world, which he's really underestimating everything. We all know that Kane ends up sending Monet a picture of Mecca. She's getting suspicious. Dante comes back to his crib and he sees came with Monet. And so they all talking together, and you know, she laying it on thick, saying like, yeah, you know, I can't go back to my old life now that my life's been blown up. I see that now my future is with you. You know, me and my family, we're gonna end up going with you and everything. But you know, there's one thing I need you to do. I need you to help me take Lorenzo out. And she's telling him that she believes that Lorenzo is the person who leaked Zeke's true age to the media and who was also shooting at them on the basketball court. I, on the other hand, you know, I'm thinking back to the title of the episode, and it's like a fair fight, and I'm just thinking about, you know, how people be cheating. You know, when you be fighting and stuff, they be fighting dirty, they be putting on brass knuckles, they be doing little stuff, you know, putting razor blades up under their tongue and stuff, you know, doing things where it ain't fair. And in the episode synopsis, we did see that Mecca was going to try to make it so that Monet had nobody to depend on but him. And some of the things that I think that he had a hand in is, I think that he's the one who leaked Zeke's age to the press. I mean, I don't even think that Lorenzo would have even like really thought to do anything like that. And as far as shooting at them at the basketball court, I really don't think that Lorenzo would have tried to shoot Monet. Even though he was, you know, heated about the whole situation, I don't think that he would have tried to shoot Monet. You know what I'm saying? And Monet was there with Zeke and Mecca. So I think that Mecca is the one who set up that whole shootout so that he could look like the big hero and everything and stuff. And for her to believe that it was Lorenzo. But I think that he is definitely underestimating Monet. Monet has been married to Lorenzo for over a decade. She's not leaving that man, and especially not for nobody that she was with when she was like 16 and ain't seen in over 20 years. She's not finna run off with that dude. She's not the same Nene that he knew when they were 16. She's Monet Tejada. And so I do believe that her and Kane are going to work together to try to set Mecca up, make him get comfortable, make him think that he winning, and make him think that they believe in him, and they're going to take Mecca out. So I am definitely looking forward to this next episode. Alright, you guys, so that's my little recap and review on the latest episode of Ghost. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. It was a roller coaster ride. Drop down in the comment section and let me know what y'all thoughts were on this episode. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I make an upload. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.